Let's do a review of the Balenciaga medium-sized rodeo bag. If you're new here, my name is Brittany. Welcome to my channel where we discuss all things work style, fashion, and a little bit of everything in between that. So I got a request to do a review of my Balenciaga Rodeo bag, and I jumped at the opportunity because I am a huge fan and I am happy with the purchase, and I think you will be too. So I'm going to kick it off with kind of the specs of the bag. Then I'll go into how I purchased mine, my buying process, some things that I kind of wish I knew. So a little bit of things to consider when you're going to purchase yours. And I'll show you how I style my bag. So this is the bag. This is she. This is the medium-sized rodeo bag. I took all of my charms off because I just wanted you guys to see the bag for the bag. So this is it. It is in this soft leather. I would say it's a great size for your everyday kind of activities. It has 3 compartments. So this front one in the front of the bag is like the biggest one, and it has a more protected compartment. This is where I store all of my really important items that I don't want to be hanging out in the front. It has a zipper and it has the Balenciaga logo and this kind of like turn locky thing here in the front of the bag there. And so a lot of times when I saw the ads for this, they would have this front one kind of like clipped, and then this part of the bag would just be kind of flopping around, hanging down. And that's honestly how I wear it. This flat part was kind of bent because they kind of want you to stick it in and really fold the bag. Like, I think that's how they want you to wear it. And so this is kind of what it looks like, where it has that slouch in the front. And this is what the side profile looks like. It has buttons on the side so you can snap it so it could be as slouchy as you want it to be. And again, I like mine's unbuttoned, just kind of hanging out like this. It very, very, very much like an accordion style bag, which is what I was looking for. It has 2 flat pockets in the back here, which I don't really have much use for. It has a key ring holder here, which sometimes comes in handy. It has multiple like hooks on the top here where you can kind of hang your charms and things like that. So it's about 2 on each side. And this is the strap that it comes with pretty much. So it has a crossbody strap that it comes with. It's this, but just longer, that you could hook onto these 2 hooks here. I don't wear it a lot. I pack a lot of things in my bags, so I try not to unbalance the weight having it crossbody. For me, I feel like, I don't know, it'll just put too much wear on the bag, but definitely good quality. It feels very sturdy. I've packed a lot in it. This is the size, and you can see it kind of looks like that on my shoulder from the side. If I were to walk, that's how it looks from the side. And again, for me, this bag was all about the slouch. Like, you can kind of see where my arm indented, and that's what I loved about it. I thought it was so cool. It was just a cool take on an everyday bag. So the price tag on the rodeo bag is pretty steep, but I knew it was one of the bags that I wanted. So I hunted for the best deal, and I ended up buying my bag secondhand. I was a little worried at first because it still wasn't cheap. It was a brand new bag that I found on the secondhand market a little bit more so in the beginning of when the bag was coming out. And I got it on like Vestiaire. I think that's how you say that. And I know they have their bag authentication process, but again, the bag I think retails in the 4s. It was brand new, probably had been never worn or worn once. And I was talking with the seller, just asking questions. I feel like if you are in the resale market and you're going to spend that much money, you need to treat it like you're buying from the store and make sure that you feel comfortable with what you're purchasing. Again, I use Vestiaire a lot, so I do trust their process, Bought the bag, came great condition. Even when I got the bag, it had, it still had all of the tags. So it came with a dust bag, no box. It had a tag with the purchase receipt as well. So I was like, okay, I can do something with that. Um, and I like the details. And so what I did, just so I could have a little bit more peace of mind and comfortability, given again, I did cash out a pretty penny for the bag, is I took the bag to Balenciaga and was just like, hey, I got this as a gift. I wanted just to make sure it was authentic and, see what type of benefits I would have if the bag were to break, see if I could bring it back, so on and so forth. So it took like 2 minutes. She looked, boom, 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 checked serial number, all that type of stuff. And she was like, oh, you're good. This is one of our bags. Bring it in if you have any issues. And I was good to go. So definitely, if you're interested in it, check out the resale market. Another thing that I wish I knew when I purchased my bag was to check out the outlets. So this was the bag that caught my eye and I was like, I gotta have it. But they used to have, or they released similar style bags, and I'll try and post them somewhere, that pretty much looked just like the rodeo bag in reverse. So when me and my friend went to the outlet, I looked at the bag. I was like, "What is this?" It is pretty much like the rodeo bag for, I think it was like maybe $1,200, and it was a really really nice bag. Again, this whole flap was kind of like, I don't know if it was reverse or it was the over the top bit of the strap, and it was just like perfect. And I was like, "Oh, I wish I knew about that." Like I probably could have found happiness and comfort in that bag too. And it was half the price. So again, this one retails in the fours for the medium size. Um, and that one, which was similar, very, very similar, was again $1,200. I wish I could have got that one. Anyway, so that's kind of something that I wish I knew. I also, I don't have any other regrets. I was trying to think if there was something else I wish. I feel like this is the perfect size for my lifestyle. Again, it's a medium, and I would describe that as I go to work. So I wear this back to work, but I also can wear it like to the mall if I want to hang out with my girlfriends, because it's not super big. It's not worky. It's more cool. So it fits into that balance of everyday life, which is kind of how I want most of my um, higher price point items to be, so I can get the maximum amount of wear out of them. I do wish this strap was maybe a little bit more like heavy duty. I pack a lot of things in my bag, so I'm always worried like I'm gonna break it, but it's been holding on for dear life. There's no kind of signs of wear in terms of the strap just yet, so I feel good about that. And again, I can take it back to the store if there's any issues. So let's take a look at what can fit inside, because like I said, I pack a lot of things, but I could show you better than I could tell you. So of course, we're gonna have my phone. That's like an easy peasy type of situation. I'm typically walking around with headphones, so I like to put my headphones in the front. I keep my toiletry bag so that can fit in there comfortably. You can see it's still in the inside, and if I wanted to stop there, this is kind of how it looks. Full bag in the front, but again, this slouchy part is open, and I'll keep things that I want to like grab quick, gum, lip gloss, but all of the things I actually care about stay protected, and I can still carry it on my arm. Not too much like tension or any friction when I'm carrying it like this. And I have like a million and one things in that toiletry bag. And then to the fun part of the charms, why I bought the bag. So the ad, which is what captivated me, it had all the chains, the charms, the locks, and I just thought it was so fucking cool. And I was like, I want a bag like that. Love these two. And I just stack on the rings. The problem with that though, the problem that no one told me about is it is so loud. People can hear you coming from a mile away, and no one wants to hear all that noise. Like, no one wants to hear all of that noise in the office. So that's one thing to consider. But these are all of my babies. And again, I try not to jingle too much. So I have developed a system and I'll show you what I mean. This one I keep on the side here. And I just let them hang a little bit. I have a little connector charm that I like to use to connect this sometimes, but that's that one. And I consolidated a lot of my charms again because it was so noisy having them hanging off everywhere. Somehow, some way, this is kind of like not how it was. Let's see where this lock was. So this, I have a bunch of little locks so I could really recreate that Balenciaga feel with the heart-shaped key rings that I add to the side here. This part swings a lot. So what I've done to really connect everything, and I'll just connect these two really quick. Nobody got time for all that. Is I just put the keys on a couple of rings and I connect the rings to one loop and just try and have them hang off of each other. So that one's here, but I want to connect it to my front piece here so it doesn't jingle too much. And if you're worried about like scratching or damaging the bag because you have heavy locks on it, to each his own. It didn't bother me. I've been doing it like that and I haven't had a lot of damage to my bag in terms of the locks or anything like that. And that's kind of how I carry it around and look. But you can hear it. It's heavy. I mean, but you can hear it. It's loud, but it looks cool. And that is her. I absolutely have no buying regrets. I definitely took my time and looked for the best deal that was right for me. So that's something that I highly recommend if you're in the market, because in this climate, I don't know if any of us working girls should be spending that much money on a bag. So consider your options is what I'm going to say. Go to the outlet is what I'm also going to say. I feel like it's a bag that I can have in my collection for a long time to come. So that's it. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the medium-sized Balenciaga Rodeo bag. Happy to answer them in the comments. And thank you for rocking with your girl again. I actually loved doing this long form review. On all the other apps, you just never have a chance to really explain and give people the full story. So I actually love this. So if there's anything else in my collection that you guys are interested in hearing about from my firsthand experience, I will tell you the honest truth when something is worth it or something is not worth it, and we go from there. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you're enjoying rocking with me. I'm so happy that you guys are here, and we're gonna keep trying and keep growing. All right, see you next time.